strap in, ladies and gents, because this is going to go very quickly and probably tick a whole lot of you off for different reasons. First and foremost, I absolutely love and adore my husband, who is the father to my children, and I would be utterly lost without him. He is just, in every single way, everything that I had ever hoped for, and then some. God did good when he gave me that one. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know who this guy is, Mr. Martin Robb, but something tells me that he didn't get hugged enough as a child, apparently, according to him at least, because he's wondering if boys actually do need male role models. Having witnessed what happens when boys don't have male role models, I'm going to go ahead and answer that one for you, Martin. It's yes. Yes, boys do need male role models, because I cannot teach any young boy, let alone my own, how to grow up to be a man. And if I want him to grow up to be a man like my husband, I'm going to need my husband to show him how to become that man, because I have no idea what that process is. And the idea that boys don't need male role models is even remotely entertained really infuriates the ever-loving bejesus out of me. I cannot even imagine the title of this article being, "Do Girls Need Female Role Models?" What's with the whole huge push with the MCU and her story, and break the glass ceilings, break the glass walls, do all of the things and shatter the glass slipper or whatever. Throw off the gender norm roles. I'm so sick and tired of hearing it. If boys don't need male role models, then why do girls need female ones? Answer me that, Mr. Martin Robb. Utterly ridiculous. So let's go ahead and listen to what Mr. Martin Robb, who is senior lecturer in the Faculty of Wellbeing, Education, and Language Studies, based in the School of Health, Wellbeing, and Social Care. I don't even know what... That's a whole lot of jargon to say that he gets paid to talk to people about stuff he probably has zero life experience in. Or really bad life experience in. He's currently the academic lead for the MA in Childhood and Youth. God help us all. So, why are you entertaining a position of authority or a position that could be looked at as a role model because you're male? So why would you want to be there, Mr. Robb? Just curious. Just wondering. So, Mr. Robb goes ahead and said, "Is a lack of male role models the source of the problems faced by young men today? And does involving more men in boys' care and welfare make a difference?" Oh, Lord, help us. Jesus, take the wheel. For many years, anxiety has been growing about the position of boys and young men. This is reflected in concerns about educational underachievement, poor mental health, and involvement in offending and antisocial behavior. Boys and men are not antisocial. They just make 3 friends when they're 9, and then they don't ever make any new friends, because why would they have to? That men basically, the interests they have at 12 are almost patently what they are going to have interest in later in life. As long as they're not flakes, most men are pretty straightforward. Literally what you see is what you get. So unless you have a flake or a dog, I mean, really truly, he's probably been into the same stuff he's currently in since he was 12, 15, something like that. He's probably still talking to his buddies from then, because that's just what guys do. Also, I've noticed that men can go years without talking to each other and pick up the phone, and it's like they never stopped talking. Maybe women should take a cue. I don't know. Just saying. We want to break off, social gender norms or whatever. There you go. Maybe, I don't know, follow that one suit. Oy vey. It's often argued that positive male role models are increasingly absent from home, schools, childcare settings, and the media, because they are, and that involving more men in young men's education and care is key to solving many of the difficulties they face, which is true. But perhaps this common sense view is simplistic. Yes, because it's a common sense view. Common sense is simplistic. That's why it's common sense. It's also 2 words there, Dr. Robb. What are we doing here? I don't understand. What are you confused about? Help me to help you, Mr. Rob. Help me to help you. Is it really the case that children learn adult roles primarily by observing and copying behaviors in others? Yes! What? How are you an academic lead for MA in childhood and youth? I don't understand how you have the position that you hold. Obviously, have you ever been around a small child? All they do, they duckling. They are ducklings. They follow you. They copy you. They annoy the ever-loving piss out of you. And then they smile up at you and tell you that they love you and you're the best ever, and then your heart just melts and you forgive everything and you completely forgot that you were annoyed. Until 20 minutes later when they annoy you again because they won't let you go to the bathroom by yourself. That's literally what children do. Like, what? Obviously they observe and copy. Do you honestly think, like, what? Holy cow. It only takes one child to stick their tongue on a pole in the middle of winter and get it stuck. The other kids aren't going to do it, unless it's boys who are going to dare each other to do it, or double dog dare each other to do it, or triple dog dare each other to do it, and there may even be some money involved. I don't know. I wasn't raised as a boy. I did see a lot of triple dog dares from them, though, and they did some stupid stuff. But they had fun. They got hurt a lot, but man, they had fun. Who are you, Mr. Martin Robb? Like, have you met humans? I'm really confused and concerned that you hold a position that has anything to do with childhood and youth, because you sound ignorant AF. As social learning theories imply, it's not implied, it's factual. In practice, academic approaches to gender development have moved on. They've moved on. Sorry, men. No child left behind unless, you have a Y chromosome. Then, nope. Sorry. Later, guys. We don't care that you need male role models. We don't care that you need positive male influences. We've moved on. The science is settled. We've heard that before, right? The science is settled. Fan-freaking-tastic. Oh, my word. How much does this man get paid to spew this absolute garbage vitriol? Placing much greater emphasis on the ways in which children's understanding of masculinity and femininity are actively shaped by diverse and changing social contexts. Yeah, no. You are fundamentally altering what that sentence just said. Actively shaped by diverse and changing social contexts. It means that we, the adults, have to change the way that children are perceiving their environment in order for them to not grow up the way that they should or that they normally would. We as adults have to change the filter of perception for these children so that this person can have a job, basically. That's what this is saying. Ridiculous. The evidence that boys growing up without fathers are necessarily harmed is unconvincing. Oh, really, Mr. Rob? Okay, let's just take a dandy look at that. Statistics about fatherless homes, because this is fun stuff right here. 85% of youth who are currently in prison grew up in a fatherless home. Boom. 7 out of every 10 youth that are housed in a state-operated correctional facilities, including detention and resident treatment, come from a fatherless home. 7 out of 10. That's 70%. 39% of students in the U.S. from first grade to their senior year of high school do not have a father at home. Children without a father are 4 times more likely to live in poverty than children with a father. Children from fatherless homes are twice as likely to drop out from school before graduating than children who have a father in their lives. 24.7 million children in the U.S. live in a home where their biological father is not present. That equates to 1 in every 3 children in the U.S. not having access to their father, and their fathers not having access to them. So, yes, Mr. Rob, boys do, in fact, need male role models. They desperately, desperately need them. And for you to sit there and suggest otherwise because you don't want to take women for granted. Conversely, focusing on the need for the male role model downplays important contribution of women, whether mothers or female teachers and welfare workers. No, it doesn't downplay anything. Men, fathers, the whole shebang have been downplayed and degraded and denigrated into virtually nothing at this point. You're not allowed to have strong male role models in any type of media, any type of entertainment. It's not allowed to happen. Men have to cuck themselves and step to the side so that the all-powerful women can, rise to the top. But if they were that great, they wouldn't need men to step to the side. And in fact, some of the best advice and some of the best guidance I have ever gotten in my life has come from men, not women, men, because men generally give it to you straight. Are you gonna cry? Probably. Men have a tendency to be very blunt, and that's okay because you know that you're gonna get whatever the honest fact of the situation is. That's just how it rolls. Women, on the other hand, will play so many games with your head, will do so many things, and then they will purposefully attempt to deflect responsibility off of you onto somebody else so that it can cause all of this drama and all of this vitriol and all of this hate and this entire toxic environment that everybody here wants to moan, groan, and complain about. I absolutely think that one of the biggest issues in the world today is not enough positive male role models. And I am not talking about the sissy boys that the feminists want to shove at you, saying, look, they've rejected their toxic masculinity. No, they're cucks. They're simps or they're betas. And for the most part, betas are not necessarily a bad thing. They're needed in society too. But when you're taking that energy and you're completely being submissive to someone you shouldn't be, then we have a genuine problem. And I also find it really hilarious that people think that alphas just grunt and snort and huff and lift heavy things. The fact that feminists can't see how adamantly they are reinforcing gender stereotypes is almost hilarious if it wasn't so freaking tragic and men weren't self-deleting because of what women do to them. It's absolutely disgusting, and I'm quite sick of seeing it. And to be perfectly honest, I would much rather have a difficult time in a Where's Waldo page attempting to find one bad man against 60 good ones than having all of these cuck, simp, beta boys say how wonderful you are, how fantastic you are, how powerful you are, how incredible you are, when you've done nothing. You've earned nothing. There's nothing there for them or you of value. It's a fallacy, it's a lie, and you're just going to continue to live it so that you can feel better about yourself and you can get paid. Oh my god, I hope you have hard time sleeping at night, Mr. Martin Robb. I can't even finish this article because the fact that you're going to say that boys growing up without fathers are necessarily harmed is unconvincing. Tells me one of two things about you. Either one, you have absolutely no experience whatsoever in a real family environment and what it means to be a boy growing up in an actual family environment, or you do and you hate it because you see it as some type of privilege, which based on those statistics it is, and so now you have to reject and deny everything and anything that you ever were so that you can have some type of credibility with this insane feminist vitriol woke crowd. The intersectionality is just pouring off of you, and it's quite grotesque. So please go and shower in some jet fuel and roll around in the woods for a little while and then go chop some trees down. I think it would do you good. I think it'd do you a solid. Catch some fish. Learn how to, gut it, clean it, cook it, serve it, prepare it. All that jazz. Go spend some time in the woods. Women know how hard we work for our children. The world knows how hard we work for our children. How about we start actually recognizing that men who work jobs that they hate so that they can support the family that they love, actually matter too. There's a thought. And how about instead of taking our boys to go see princess films, we actually make something that is for them and someone they can look up to and heroes that they can enjoy. There's a reason that Iron Man Batman, Superman, Thor, all of those superheroes, Captain America. Boys looked up to those. Marvel Phase 1 and Phase 2 was a time for boys to finally have something back of their own, because they had been told that they can't do it, they can't have it, they're just, it's no. And then there was something there for boys to gravitate towards in entertainment. And there was something that fathers could go and take their sons to, and it could be this really great time. You get the adrenaline pumping, high-five it, come out and be like, my dad's like Superman, and then their dad flies them over their head or whatever. But no, let's not do that, Mr. Martin Rob. Let's make everybody miserable and lonely. All for the sake of not downplaying women. If your concern is that women are being downplayed, maybe focus on what you can personally do to help out with that. But don't sit there and say that boys don't need men. You're a liar and a farce. And I have no idea how you have the credentials that you do. And I don't like your face. Thanks everybody for stopping by for my rant. Let me know what you think down in the comments. God bless, Godspeed, and much love to all.